you know that Marvel is known for being meticulous in their movies, adding so many small details and callbacks that many people miss? So let me share a few of them with you, as I have compiled 10 Marvel movie details you might have missed.
I was made for this.
Did you know that in Spider-Man Homecoming, when Peter catches a guy stealing a bike, he tries to write a note for the owner, but doesn't have a pen, so he needs to borrow one.
Hey buddy, is this your bike?
There's no change.
Yeah, does anyone have a pen? Do you have a pen?
At the end of the movie, when he catches the villain, he leaves a note again, but since there's nowhere to borrow a pen, it means Peter now carries his own pen in case he needs to leave a quick note. Because Spider-Man learns from his mistake. Did you know that in the first Avengers movie, when Fury is recruiting members for the Avengers Initiative, the way he introduces the team's files depends on their knowledge? For Tony Stark, Fury uses a hologram version, as Tony is the most technologically advanced of them all. For Bruce Banner, Natasha uses a small phone to share the information. And for Steve Rogers, Fury uses plain old paper, as Captain America is still not fully adapted to modern technology.
Hydra's secret weapon.
Did you know that in Avengers Endgame, after Tony snaps his fingers, the first person to find him is Rhodey? This is actually intentional, because in the first Iron Man movie, after Tony escapes the terrorists, the first person to find him is also Rhodey.
Next time you ride with me, okay?
This shows that the first person Tony sees at the start of his journey as a hero is Rhodey, and the last person he sees at the end is fittingly his best friend.
Ew, what's that? What's that, brother?
Did you know that in Spider-Man Far From Home, when Peter is creating his new suit in Happy's jet, if you look at this scene, notice that he puts his hands inside the hologram like he's wearing it. This is actually the same thing Tony used to do when designing his second suit. And it makes Happy reminisce a little about Tony Stark.
Nothing. You take care of the suit, I'll take care of the music.
Did you know that in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, after Star-Lord steals the Power Stone, we see this red girl?
What happened?
Hey,
If you notice, she's wearing this shirt.
What happened?
This is actually the same shirt that Quill was wearing when he was abducted by Yondu as a child. It's amazing that he managed to keep it for so many years without it getting any rips. Did you know that in the first Avengers movie, when Bruce and Tony are talking about the Hulk, they have this exchange?
That much gamma exposure should have killed you.
The other guy saved my life. It's a nice sentiment. Saved it for what?
I guess we'll find out.
Tony says, "Guess we'll find out." Well, 9 years later, in Avengers Endgame, this question is finally answered when Professor Hulk wears the Infinity Gauntlet and brings everyone back. Did you know this tiny detail in Thor: Love and Thunder? When Jane visits New Asgard to look for Mjolnir, it's revealed that the broken pieces of the hammer are on display. You might wonder how they managed to place the pieces in the display case if no one could lift Mjolnir. As it turns out, they didn't lift it. They simply dug around the site, since even when broken, only the worthy could move the hammer. This is still the same location where Hela destroyed it. Did you know that in Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, the color scheme of the movie's logo foreshadows which character will die? In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, the logo is brown, matching Groot's color, and Groot sacrifices himself to save the team. In Guardians Volume 2, the logo is blue, the same as Yondu, who dies heroically to save Star-Lord. Finally, in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the logo is white, the same color of Layla, the otter, one of Rocket's close friends, who tragically dies in a flashback as Rocket remembers his past. Did you know this detail in Thor: Love and Thunder? When Thor and Jane reunite, Jane estimates that they haven't seen each other for 3 years, but Thor says it's been 8 years.
What's it been, like 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days.
Notice that there is 5-year gap from their estimates. This is because Jane got blipped by Thanos' snap in Avengers Infinity War. Did you know this tiny detail in Avengers Endgame? When Captain America and Tony Stark travel back in time to retrieve the Tesseract and collect more Pym particles, Steve uses an army uniform to blend in. If you look closely at his hat, it displays a rank insignia that coincidentally corresponds to the rank of a captain.